In the annals of human history, the invention of coinage stands as a pivotal moment revolutionizing trade and shaping the course of civilizations. This innovation marked a significant departure from previous methods of trade and commerce, setting the stage for the complex economies we know today. Around 700 BC, in the bustling marketplaces of Lydia, an ancient kingdom in what is now Turkey, the first metal coins emerged, ushering in a new era of economic exchange. These coins were not just pieces of metal, they represented a new way of thinking about value and trade. These early coins, typically made of electrum, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver, bore distinctive markings that served as a guarantee of their weight and purity. The markings often depicted symbols of authority or deities, which further reinforced their legitimacy and trustworthiness in the eyes of the people. Prior to this innovation, bartering had been the primary mode of trade, involving the exchange of goods and services directly. This system, while functional, had significant limitations that hindered economic growth and efficiency. However, bartering was cumbersome and inefficient. It relied on a double coincidence of wants, where both parties involved had to possess something the other desired. This often led to prolonged negotiations and complicated transactions, making trade a challenging endeavor. The introduction of coinage addressed these limitations by providing a standardized medium of exchange that was widely accepted and easily divisible. Coins could be used to represent a fixed value, simplifying transactions and making trade more efficient. The adoption of coinage spread rapidly throughout the ancient world, from the Greek city-states to the Persian Empire. This widespread acceptance of coins facilitated international trade and cultural exchange, linking distant regions through a common economic language. Coins facilitated trade, enabling merchants to venture farther afield and expand their commercial networks. With a reliable and portable form of currency, traders could engage in long-distance commerce, bringing exotic goods and new ideas to their home markets. The use of a common currency streamlined transactions, reducing the need for complex valuations and negotiations. This simplification not only saved time, but also reduced the potential for disputes and misunderstandings, fostering a more stable and predictable economic environment. As coinage gained acceptance, it fostered economic growth and prosperity, laying the foundation for the development of more sophisticated financial systems. The impact of this innovation can still be felt today, as modern economies continue to rely on the principles established by these early coins. The dawn of coinage was not just a technological advancement, it was a transformative moment that reshaped human society and its economic landscape. Gold and silver, with their inherent qualities, emerged as the preferred metals for coinage in the ancient world. These metals were not chosen arbitrarily. Their selection was the result of careful consideration of their unique properties. Their scarcity, durability, and beauty made them highly prized commodities. Unlike other materials that could corrode or degrade over time, gold and silver maintained their luster and integrity, making them ideal for long-term storage of value. Gold, renowned for its resistance to corrosion and tarnish, symbolized wealth and power. It was often associated with the divine and the eternal, making it a fitting representation of enduring value. Silver, while more abundant than gold, shared similar properties, making it another suitable choice for coinage. Its relative abundance allowed for more widespread use, facilitating everyday transactions. The intrinsic value of gold and silver gave weight and credibility to the coins struck from them. People trusted these coins because they knew the metals themselves were valuable, independent of any government decree. These precious metals held their value over time, providing a reliable store of wealth. Unlike paper money, which could be printed in excess, the supply of gold and silver was naturally limited, helping to prevent inflation. The use of standardized weights and measures in coin production ensured that each coin represented a specific quantity of precious metal. This standardization was crucial for maintaining trust in the currency, as it allowed people to know exactly what they were getting in each transaction. This standardization instilled confidence in the currency, as individuals could be certain of the value they were receiving in transactions. It also facilitated trade, as merchants could easily assess the value of the coins they were using. The choice of gold and silver as monetary metals had profound economic implications. It influenced the development of trade networks, as these metals were universally recognized and accepted. Their scarcity limited the supply of money in circulation, helping to maintain its value. This scarcity also meant that acquiring these metals required effort and resources, adding to their perceived worth. The value of gold and silver relative to other goods and services remained relatively stable over long periods. This stability was crucial for economic planning and investment, as it allowed people to make long-term decisions with greater confidence. This stability facilitated long-distance trade and investment, as merchants and financiers could engage in transactions with greater certainty about future values. The widespread acceptance of gold and silver coins helped to knit together diverse economies, laying the groundwork for the complex financial systems we have today. As time went on and economies evolved, the need for smaller denominations of currency became increasingly apparent. Gold and silver, due to their high value, were not practical for everyday transactions. To address this need, ancient civilizations began to experiment with base metals such as copper, bronze, and iron. Bronze, an alloy of copper and tin, emerged as a widely used base metal for coinage. It was relatively inexpensive to produce and offered good durability. Copper, too, was readily available and easy to work with. Iron, while abundant, was more prone to rust and less durable than bronze or copper. The introduction of base metal coinage brought about significant changes in ancient economies. The availability of smaller denominations facilitated daily transactions, making it easier for people to buy and sell goods and services. The use of base metals also allowed governments to issue larger quantities of currency. This increased money supply stimulated economic activity, enabling governments to finance public works projects such as temples, roads, and aqueducts. Despite the introduction of base metals, gold remained the ultimate symbol of wealth and power in the ancient world. Its radiant luster and rarity made it highly sought after by kings, emperors, and the wealthy elite. Gold was not just a metal. It was a status symbol, a representation of divine favor, and a means to display one's prosperity and influence. Its allure lay not only in its beauty, but also in its remarkable properties. Gold's natural brilliance and resistance to tarnish made it an enduring choice for coinage and jewelry. Gold is incredibly malleable, meaning it can be hammered into thin sheets without breaking. This unique property allowed ancient goldsmiths to create delicate and intricate designs that showcased their craftsmanship and the metal's versatility. This property made it ideal for creating intricate designs on coins. The ability to engrave detailed patterns and symbols on gold coins added to their aesthetic appeal and made them valuable pieces of art as well as currency. Furthermore, gold is highly ductile, meaning it can be drawn into thin wires. This ductility enabled the creation of fine details and lettering on coins, enhancing their aesthetic appeal and making them more difficult to counterfeit. This allowed for the creation of fine details and lettering on coins, enhancing their aesthetic appeal and making them more difficult to counterfeit. The intricate designs and inscriptions on gold coins often carried significant cultural and historical meanings, reflecting the values and achievements of the civilizations that produced them. While gold reigned supreme for centuries, there was a brief but fascinating episode in numismatic history involving platinum. This lesser-known chapter highlights the experimentation and innovation in the use of precious metals for coinage. In the 1820s, Russia, a country rich in platinum deposits, experimented with using this precious metal for coinage. The Russian government saw potential in platinum due to its abundance in the Ural Mountains and its resistance to wear and corrosion. Platinum, with its high melting point and durability, seemed like a promising alternative to gold. Its density and resistance to tarnish made it an attractive option for creating long-lasting coins. However, the challenges of working with platinum proved too great at the time. The metal's extremely high melting point required advanced technology and significant resources to process, which were not readily available in the early 19th century. Its extremely high melting point made it difficult to melt and mint into coins. The technical difficulties and high costs associated with platinum coinage outweighed its potential benefits. Moreover, the value of platinum fluctuated significantly, making it unreliable as a stable currency. the market for platinum was not as well established as that for gold, leading to price volatility and economic uncertainty. As a result, Russia abandoned its platinum coinage experiment after a few years. Despite its potential, platinum could not compete with the established and trusted value of gold. This brief foray into platinum coinage remains a fascinating footnote in the history of precious metals, illustrating the complexities and challenges of minting currency from alternative materials.